Thank you. Okay, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the WellMed Charitable Foundation Caregiver Teleconnection Series. We're very happy you've joined us today. We're also extremely happy that we have been joined by Dr. Nestor Praderio, who is a gerontologist, a geriatric psychiatrist, one of our few in the country. We're so pleased that you're here today, Doc, and hopefully people will really enjoy your talk and it won't make you any more stressful. So please start from the top. That's you, Dr. Praderio.
Okay, thank you, Evelyn. Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy to be here. We are going to talk about a subject that probably is with us all year around. This is stress, but let's make some association with events that occur during the holidays time in order for us to be more alert and aware. What are the factors that cause stress during the holiday? Is something that we will try to pinpoint and to have a better understanding. Then we will spend some time checking what are the symptoms, because it's very important. Stress is more complex than just the term, and appear and impact on us in different form and create different symptoms. And then we will see if we can accommodate a type of recommendations in management of what happened. We question ourselves and we say, do you feel victim of holiday stress? You can answer this by just remembering what happened through holidays years before. Sometimes we hold memories about how stressful was a situation, full of unexpected problem. And thinking in what is on the way is already making you to feel down. The holidays are coming, wrapped up and packaged. This sometimes we don't have during the year. Are coming with contact with friends and family. Sometimes the obligations of the holidays accommodate situations that are not the best for us. This may happen with families, members that we have a distant relationship, but suddenly we need to have to spend Thanksgiving together. Therefore, cross our mind to see if we can cancel this. Can we just get past this? Because I will feel more relaxed, more accommodated. Do we have any idea of those enjoyable holidays that we spend being kids?
So get into a PowerPoint at time.
Sorry, go ahead.
Do we have any idea this what we spend as a kid for holidays and the work then the family had to put behind? And we are going to see a little what are the causes of holiday stress. There is fatigue. This is more characterized for a sense. This I don't know what to do, then I don't want to do it. There is a fatigue that sit you down and isolate. And honestly, it's the beginning of a sense of procrastination and not being able to move ahead with whatever is the project. There is spending is a very, very important cause of stress. In general, when I talk to my patients, spending is one of the worst because they has been living with very restricted budget until the moment of the holidays. And then suddenly they want to enlarge this and they start thinking about what way to do it. They talk to their husband or wife, they chat. Sometimes my patients will go and get another credit card that they promise this is going to be just used to buy present. But when you have the other credit card on the hand, it's used for whatever is needed. And you end with a very impacting distortion of your budget. And then when you start thinking about what are the requirements of and the necessity to put this together, there is an overall society at large pressure of giving. And this form in a way this sometimes we are not placing individuals in original list because they are just acquaintance, but they come to you and say, happy holiday with a little present to you. And this is a pressure of gift giving. It's something that makes you to think, oh, this was wonderful what they did. How can I respond to this? How I am going to be quiet and not give a little present to them? And we start creating an unrealistic, totally unrealistic expectation. And these the unrealistic expectations move very well in close friend and family members. They come, in general, we get together for Christmas, for Thanksgiving. People travel around. They come and get with us. We have halfway dream, halfway illusions. Very unrealistic, some of them, of what is going to occur, and when it doesn't happen, leave us really tired up. We would like to talk, we would like to improve the situation, but many times we don't have the sufficient time to do it because there is time constraint in all of this. Well, my sister came from Chicago, but she flew in and out from Corpus, and we spent just 2 days for Thanksgiving. She had to return. And honestly, I am behind with some questions that I didn't converse with her. And always create a sense of inability with family members. What we want, what we dream is not always what is coming to a table. There are times in which we need to relax for a little while and to know that these expectations might be charged by unresolved wishes of what is going on with our loved one, and give some space for this dynamic to take place before we jump into more concrete and terminal understanding of situation or not understanding. Stress have symptoms. It's not just a break called stress and you put it on the table. There are important physical symptoms to the point that take you to the emergency room. There is a muscle tension, there are continual headache, some of them purely secondary to upper body tension. There are gastrointestinal distress with sensation of poor digestion, bloating, sometimes nauseous and vomiting, sometimes diarrhea. Nauseous and vomiting and diarrhea appear to be the most common one. These are very disturbing. Let's get on the way. And fatigue. And like I explained before, it's a fatigue that leaves you with no wishes to do much, in which one there is accompanied by certain degree of isolation and departure from the system that surrounds you. In these symptoms of stress, we have emotional component, a remarkable amount of anxiety. This is sometimes become uncontrollable and acquire the characteristic of a panic disorder, in which one you become even agoraphobic, that you don't want to be with a lot of people around. This is disturbing to have a lot of people around. There are change on eating habit and a sleeping habit. There are loss of energy and mood change specifically. We become irritable, easily frustrated, sometimes with underlying symptoms of an initial depression. This start approximately at the beginning of November and go until we just turn into the new year, bridging all of those months, November and December, with the holiday. And there are changes in behavior. Some of us will engage in unhealthy behavior with excessive use of substance, alcohol, and other type of unhealthy behaviors. This occur during this period, trying to discharge some of the stress. And we will talk a little about strategies about how to move. And the number one I would say is a good attitude. Top of the list, make your attitude one of your central concern. And you know this, you have to carry with you the sense of security in which the things are going to work okay, and you are prepared to manage the situation. There's nobody will make you to feel this, you are not capable to do it. And if you become fearful, and if you become very anxious and nervous, there is no doubt this is going to impact in the quality and the characteristic of what you are going to do. and use all of those are stabbing yourself. Those are pure self-sabotaging type of behavior. This we need to be careful that don't happen, because if not, debilitate you and leave you without resources. If we move to an strategy number 2, be sure that you sleep well, because help a lot with coping mechanisms. It's incredible how much fuel sleeping well gives to coping mechanism. More clarity in decision-making process, more nicely encoding and remembering things, less cloudiness of the mind with a good sleep. And then what we repeat, right? How will you do it? Avoiding eating, reading, or watching TV in bed. Later on, we create a bar and restaurant out of your bedroom. You run with the food to your bed, and you have your drink around, and you have your phone answering at the same time. At the same time, the television is going. Therefore, so many disruptions don't prepare you for a good sleep. Be sure the quarters, the dormitories are cool, dark, and quiet. It's important to try to have an schedule with no much variability. It's important not to stop in the middle of the afternoon and sleep for 3 hours, because it's going to impact night resting. And it's important not to eat late, large meals, and then expecting to jump in bed to have a good sleep. But those are points that are very important, because we minimize this immensely, and we almost go to the opposite point when we are on vacation, holiday. What we do is not to sleep, not to rest, to be anxious, to run around, and they are all impacting behavior. Well, I think we need to understand this, or soon have to be created by us, and we cannot have a Martha perfection zone. Don't be a masochist, and because leave your expectations to accommodate to the circumstance without expecting that you have to be perfect in every aspect. And don't start in over-scheduling yourself, because honestly, the holidays go quickly, and there is just more than preparations. These are sometimes materialistic, if imposed by our society and our habit. Our holidays carry emotions. We have attached emotions since our childhood and adolescence, in which one thing occurred during the holiday. And there are religious beliefs that we need to give some space on the schedule. And remember that you cannot be bossing around for people to prepare your holiday. In general, we are pretty much about ourselves. We don't have an entire staff or hired people. I want light for Christmas, and I want this, and I want the other. The majority of the time, the time we just go and do it by ourselves. And like I said before, as one of the cause, every holiday is impacting in one and another way into the budget of us and create problems when you have to say, I don't have this kind of money. But that is preparing your son according with who you are. And here is where it's important that you relax and that you show to others that you invite for holiday to see you. You will be able to create boundaries without offending anyone. That you will be able to say no. That you have the capacity to see something is not working right. You will change it. Sometimes chatting with my patients sound for me kind of simple and insignificant because my patient is coming with a problem that looks like a round ball that we put on the table, and the ball is full of hairs and storm and difficult to manage and appear to grow every time that you talk. And it's so simple to say what we can do, drop it. Where? Garbage can. And the problem is dropped and the air is fresh again. And you did not compromise anyone by dropping this poisoning ball. Get it out. Because it's a form of resolving a problem. And trying to accommodate your stressor. And I will show you how can you do it. You can have a backs up stress. And remember, you have and tap the controllable one. Therefore, you are in charge. I am not pushing you, but let's go. We need to work with this. And here on the button, there is no control. Therefore, look at this and please be nice to yourself because we don't have the wheels in our hands at all. Therefore, an important stress and controllable. I am frustrated that I don't get more exercise. This I am eating more than what is recommended. I hate when the phone rings during the dinner. I am worried that I'm charging too much on my credit card. Those are important stress. We all go through them, but each one of them is controlled. Oh, geez, if you're afraid that the phone will ring during, just put it on silent during the dinner and leave it over there. Well, in the same way, you can manage a little what are you going to put in your car. No. But here are coming the one who keep you away unnecessarily. I really hate it when people leave crumbs on the kitchen table. I hate that they touch my plants on the living room. I cannot believe how disorganized are people leaving halfway empty glasses all over during the party. Honestly, it's not very serious, but I assure you, not is controllable without any problem. You just pick the glasses, put it on the sink. Later on, we will do dishes. Just accommodate things. If they don't break your plant, the rest is plant probably happy that they get some touch. And that's it. Because they are controllable. Because you need to prepare yourself to control those issues. But when they are important and not controllable, that's what you need to do some inner work and put your coping mechanism on and work with. It's an stress that is important and uncontrollable, my dear friend, is moving away. And it's moving away in October exactly at the beginning of the holiday. And I am going to miss her. I won't miss her if we are friends for 30 years. And I am worried that grandma won't be with us much longer. She is aging, and you can notice this every year. She walks a little slower, and I think she is walking toward her end in life. And they are very touchy. They are very hard-connected stressors. But I don't have control at all. Honestly, if you ask me, regardless being upset for the departure of my friend, I am proud that she got a better job and that she will have a better life. But there is a conflict that we can quickly resolve, but we cannot control. And the one that is not important and not controllable, like this is a basket that we can close it and just throw it out if possible. Because I feel a little anxious and depressed as I am getting old. But there's no just during the holiday. That's happening in February, March, June. Therefore, just slow down with that. Yeah, you are right. We are getting old, but we are good. That's it. It makes me mad when it rains after I wash the car. God, that's happened so often. It's incredible. Sometimes I take it as a job. And sometimes, if I need rain, I just wash my car, but then it doesn't rain. Therefore, a clear demonstration that nothing is controllable in those levels. But you trying to box up, trying to understand at the beginning of your day, what is the characteristic of the stress? We continue. We need to do some rational spending because we cannot disorganize ourselves. You just sit calm and cool and trying to think a little how you can draw a budget. This have to be elastic in some way. When you start developing the budget, think about the people that are close to you, and then maybe extra people that are closest to yours, and they can come in a package, and you will have some space to add them. You need to delete very well the guilt file. It's impossible to start creating a budget and thinking about, well, how I am not going to give this to this to the other, because those are the ones that enlarge your budget. Do not procrastinate if you believe that this present is excellent for Alice. Oh, and I have it on sale. Buy it now. Don't wait for the next week because the present is not there or the sale is over. And don't miscalculate in time and value. Remember that during this process of our rational spending, there is an emotional component displayed with all of this because holidays are associated closely with memories and with history. Therefore, think this when you are calculating budget, you have to use more creativity and be sure that you have to bring into the table factors that are not just the material present. I grew up in an Italian family, and my grandma, she was always the one who represented the voice of Italian culture. Will tell us holidays are good for present for you, kid, but I, the one that came from Italy after the Second World War, I am telling you the holidays are good, very good, to pardon someone, to work with your heart and recompose a broken relationship. And it's good to dream, but more important than dream is to recognize and correct some of the things that you believe that has been wrong later on in your life. Therefore, we sit as, because Christmas in Argentina is summertime, with some soda or Kool-Aid or tea, and we will sit around the table. And regarding if you were 6 years old or 12 years old, you will have to say something, or at least she will incentive you to think about something around her proposal. And some of us will say, sorry, sister, because I hit you the other day. And others will be more deep and concise and expressing. But what I am trying to tell you this holidays is not just a present. Holiday is a time of peace and understanding and holding hands and recognizing that sometimes we have to decrease the bar of expectation of your own families and friends, and telling them during holidays, like giving a present, I don't say replace it, but tell them in a second present is the good that you has been this year, the much that I love you, the enjoyable time that I spend with you. Because honestly, that has to be put on the table when we prepare our budget. We need to survive with balance. We need balance in the way that we eat during holidays. We need balance in moderation in what we consume as alcohol, as calories. We need to try to escape a little from the center where people congregate around food and to do a little social, a little distant those places. And to take care of yourself, continue with your exercise and healthy eating. A little walking, a little muscle relaxation. Remember, sleeping well, some reduction in the consumption and the high calories. These are the food during holiday, but surviving with exercise. Will be unrealistic if you plan this in November and December, I am going to lose weight. It's very unrealistic. Specifically, if you want to lose weight, you pick the other 10 months of the year, you do something different, or you plan in a different place. And then it's going to carry guilt that you don't need under any circumstance. What we have in front of us as a summary of this, what we learn, what we would like to practice. Well, let's talk outside of this structured summary. And to say the holidays are repetitive because happen every year. This, we grew up as a child, adolescent, adult, and elder, going through holiday, and each one of them leaves behind a mark, a little tiny shape of what occurred. And luckily, the majority of them left a good sensation of peace, love, togetherness. This in general, we conclude with them satisfied, and that we don't carry any residual anger, devastation, anxieties, guilt, the thing didn't work right. And it's nice to recognize how much we learn through the years, that we don't become loose and inattentive, but our attitude is more smooth and more fresh. And we learn tricks that are not going to crucify us during holidays stress. We learn tricks that make us to relax. If I go to my sister's home, I will go relax and with a good attitude, and I will help in whatever they need because I am happy to be there. And this is a concept that we need to root and keep with us about the stress of the holiday. We need to be respectful with our time of resting, catching up with good sleep, being careful not to overeat, trying to continue with some exercise. Don't bury yourself in debt, collecting credit card to spend the holidays and then to suffer with the consequence. Because remember, you can create your own script of the present. You can give 2 hearts instead of 1, and it's a wonderful present. And you can sit with your sister that you don't talk for almost 1 year through the distance and the busyness of life, and to have a glass of wine and to talk about life. Or something this is lovely, to do reminiscence with previous holidays. Not because you are losing the memory, it's because they are smooth. They are similar to looking at the star in a beautiful night. Therefore, you make the package. I give you some of the structure, but you can help others to make the package. You can hold hands and bring others into your package. Before we go to question, because it's a subject this I am expecting to hear from you. I want to wish you wonderful holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. I want to extend my gratitude and the good feeling and being able to participate, collaborate, and partner with many organizations and many services. I extend my gratitude to WellMed Charitable Foundation and the people that they bring under the umbrella. By circumstance, by times that we were coinciding in this role, my extended gratitude and happy holidays to Evelyn. You have been the right hands in wonderful times. And when they tell me you will have a presentation next month, I always ask, oh, you're going to have a presentation in English next month. And my always question is going to be Evelyn around. And gratitude to Caregiver SOS, Marian, Elsa, Caregiver SOS San Antonio. I work with them closely. Gratitude and happy holidays to Gloria, Cindy, Harry. I hope I won't leave anyone behind. But honestly, this is going to be my last teleconnection English for the year 2023. I hope that we have good holidays and ready to start a new year. And our new year will be more candid, more prepared to do things together. These are very important. And to kind of reach the equilibrium of helping each other in this process of extending our work to our community. Marianne and Evelyn, we are ready to go with some announcement or questions. I am
Okay.
done.
Mary Ann, did you want to go first? Did you have something you wanted to tell people?
Sure. Hi. Thank you, Dr. Praderio, for all you do for us. We really appreciate you. We're proud to be in partnership with you. I would just like to invite everyone. We will be having a partnership with the Area Agency on Aging, Dr. Praderio, and Caregiver SOS for a symposium. It's going to be next Tuesday on the 21st at the Joe Garza Recreation Center. And it will be from 10 to 1. And they can call the 361-88 826-2343. And I'll put that in the chat in just a minute if there's anybody in the Corpus area that would like to join us. And we will also be holding, Dr. Praderio will be having the Cara a Cara December the 8th. This year it will be bilingual. It's going to be 10 to 1. And that's at the Del Mar East campus. And then, of course, we will have our Spanish teleconnection on December the 12th. So we hope to see you all there. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay. Well, all I can say is your suggestions were so practical. It's stuff that we can all do and we need to do because we get too stressed. And we did have a question, Marianne, if you're still there. If we can get that slide made into a slide or just a single sheet to have a copy of the boxes to put the stressors in. Someone asked for that, and that would be a great thing for us to send out with the post-session questionnaire. And I'll talk a little bit more after that. What I want to give people a chance to ask their questions. We do have a chat from Donna. Dr. Praderio's presentations are always so informative. Gotta go back, sorry. And helpful. Has he written a book on some of these presentations? Is that a no, Dr. Praderio?
Oh, no.
You've written a book? You're going to tell us about it?
No, no, no. I am not reading a book.
Okay.
I'm just, Evelyn, enjoying my life in this way. I continue active. I think this when I stop or slow down with some of the everyday work, maybe will be my time to start writing the book.
Yeah, you've been saying you're going to retire for a couple of years, though. We'll be holding our breath for that book.
Okay.
Anybody else with the question, or have I missed anybody?
Please, any question?
I was really happy that you hit the issue of the budget. If you read the AARP or, whoever, the average caregiver already spends $10,000 a year out of their pocket to be a caregiver.
Yeah.
And to throw, extra credit card debt, extra expenses on top of that. I loved your idea about the Italian gift. Loved it.
Yeah. Connected to the heart. Connected to the heart. And to do something this will mark your holiday in a positive way.
Right. It's always so good to hear from you. Well, until I get some more questions from people or chats, I'm going to make a few announcements. We'll get the resources to you as soon as we can with the post-session questionnaire. And as I always say, if you're not registered, if you got this number from someone else for the link, then you need to call and get registered in order to get the resources. And you can do that by calling 866-390-6491. That's 866-390-6491. And as an extra gift, you'll get the monthly calendar, which is a solid chock full of topics presented by experts in the field that they're talking about. It's pretty amazing. We also have the podcasts that we want you to go and look at on www.caregiverteleconnection.org. And those are amazing because we've had so many by Dr. Praderio, by so many experts who really, you can go back, look at it, refer all of your friends, other caregivers to it. So it's amazing. And we do have one more question here. How do we address the sibling that wants to be in charge and always host?
Well, I'm sorry, Donna, because that's happened frequently. Don't feel like it's an excellent question. Well, by chatting, by having a conversation, by defining that the holiday is wider and bigger than just a selection of a place and repeating and believing that you are the only one who can perform service for the holiday. Because I think your sibling have a big heart and she or he want to do it. But on the other hand, instead of looking at the holiday as an action and something that has to be structurally put together, we can look then the holidays as time of peace and love, and that we all want to do it in our home and we take turn. Then when you come to my house, maybe it's not as spacious as yours, but I assure you that I will have the best turkey or something. And go in the other direction without being critical or no jumping and trying to take that will that they carry as a driving the situation, but to talk about sureness, to talk about togetherness, to talk about variations, to see this, your home one time, my home the next, and see how that's work, Donna.
I have another question for you. I always feel when I work with caregivers that the worst expectation for the holidays is from themselves. Would you agree with that?
Oh, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. And always, Evelyn, we need to organize a little the expectations, because in general, the post-event anger, discontent, guilt, anguish are all product of people scoring below the line of expectation. And the question is in here, I am right where I place my bar of expectation and the rest fail? Or I need to review this. This maybe I need to move it a little down to be inclusive of all of them. Because honestly, how I feel if everybody shut down, and how I will feel if I know that they are by me. And that is the emotional negotiable possibility to adjust possibilities in life. It's the only way that you can balance and end up with something productive. Because anger and anguish will make you next year to put it even higher. And you become a solitary bar over there with people that's already separate from you, and they never will reach there. Therefore, think about those things. This happen with frequency, but that you have control, you can control.
Yes, I guess that's the Martha slide, huh? I don't know who Martha is. I'm not a TV watcher. I guess that's where Martha came from. But I kind of got that impression.
Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart. Yeah.
I love it. Well, I have another announcement for people. Let's see, today is the 14th, and this is Tuesday. So on Thursday, there is another Spanish conference for caregivers, and it is the summit, the Spanish summit. They had the one in English last week. This one will be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. At Central Time. And they got some really, wonderful speakers going to be there. You can join by phone, in person, on Zoom. And all you need to do is to go online and you can call the customer service person. That's that same number, 866-390-6491. And you can get registered for that. And it should be like really fun. And it's my poster's in Spanish, so I can't read too much of it. I need to brush up on my Spanish. But I also wanted you to know that tomorrow, and this is, so interesting, and I think it's the appropriate time of the year, we have an attorney who's presenting who decides when I can't. And 2 weeks from yesterday, I am presenting a session on how to do that planning for the end of life. And that's the way to have the end of life the way you want it. So these things, I think, coincide really well because people who get together at this time of year, these are some of the things they may want to discuss, because families often don't have a lot of time to get together during the year. We also have next Wednesday, I Love You, I Don't Want to Hurt You with Dr. Natalie Oliver. So we've got a pretty full schedule. The December schedule, I don't believe is out yet, but December is always a little lighter month, so there won't be quite so many presentations. But we've been so lucky to have so many experts, and that I'm grateful for during the year, who do a lot of research, take a lot of time, and are really knowledgeable about what they present. And I want to give my thanks out to all of them and to all of our participants. I recognize many of your names. We so appreciate you being part of our community at the Caregiver Teleconnection series. And thank you so much for what you do every day. Also, I would like to thank the WellMed Charitable Foundation, as Dr. Praderio did, because they do an incredible job of pulling together resources, going out and getting funding, and finding these great speakers, setting up the SOS centers, really supporting caregivers in many, many ways in the community. So thank you for that. And Mary, did you have something else you wanted to add?
No.
No. Just came in to say goodbye.
I did.
All right. Well, let's see. Oh, I have another chat here. Let me see. Oh, okay. Minerva put the Spanish Caregiver Summit link, registration link, on the chat room. So you can go in and look at that. And Mary's, can you send us a slide with that? I don't know if you heard me ask. People want a copy of the boxes to put stressors in.
Okay. Yes, I
Okay.
can get that from Dr. P and we'll send it to you.
Thank you. That'd be great.
Okay.
And then we'll send it out with the resources.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And thank you all so very much. I'm going to turn off the recording now. Can't tell you how much I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. And, just thank you, Dr. Praderio. You're the best. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.